Energy is the foundation of the Philippines' future, powering homes, hospitals, and businesses across more than 7,000 islands. Every light that flickers on, every machine that hums to life, and every classroom that glows after sunset is a testament to the vital role energy plays in daily life. For a nation with over 115 million people and big ambitions, reliable energy is essential for progress and prosperity. It fuels innovation, supports education, and drives the dreams of millions who aspire for a better tomorrow. Yet, high electricity prices and frequent blackouts have long held the country back, stalling growth and creating frustration. Families worry about bills, businesses lose productivity, and students struggle to study in the dark. The root of these problems? A deep reliance on imported fuels, making the Philippines vulnerable to global price swings and supply disruptions. When the world market shifts, Filipino households and industries feel the impact almost immediately. Achieving energy independence is now a national priority. The government, industry leaders, and communities are united in the search for lasting solutions. That's why the recent U.S.-Philippines Energy Agreement, announced in July 2025, is so significant. It marks a turning point in the country's journey toward a more secure and resilient energy future. This landmark deal brings new investments, advanced technologies, and a path towards stability and security. It opens doors for renewable energy, modern infrastructure, and skilled jobs for Filipinos. It's more than just an energy plan, it's a blueprint for the nation's future. A future where every Filipino can dream bigger, live better, and thrive in a brighter, more connected society. In this video, we'll explore why the Philippines has struggled with energy, how the New Deal aims to solve these challenges, and why it matters for the entire region. We'll look at the obstacles, the opportunities, and the people whose lives will be transformed. Ultimately, this agreement is about more than electricity. It's about security, prosperity, and the future of Southeast Asia. It's about lighting the way for generations to come. The Philippines is caught in a difficult situation, heavily reliant on imported fossil fuels, especially coal, to power its cities, industries, and homes. This dependence has deep roots, shaped by decades of energy policy and limited domestic resources. Today, coal alone makes up 60% of the country's energy mix, making it the backbone of the national grid. But this reliance comes at a steep price. Electricity costs in the Philippines are among the highest in Southeast Asia, straining household budgets and making it harder for businesses to compete. The country is also at the mercy of global price swings and market volatility, which can send energy bills soaring overnight. Frequent brownouts and power interruptions disrupt daily life, halt factory production, and damage the economy. Even critical services like hospitals and schools are threatened, putting lives and futures at risk when the lights go out. The Malampaya gas field, once a vital domestic energy source, is now running dry after years of extraction. Experts warn it will be depleted by 2027, leaving a major gap in the country's energy supply. Without a viable replacement, the Philippines faces even greater dependence on imported fuels and increased vulnerability to supply disruptions. Recent efforts, such as building a major LNG terminal, are only temporary fixes that do not address the root of the problem. In fact, these measures may deepen the country's reliance on imported energy rather than moving toward true independence. The core challenge remains: the Philippines urgently needs a long-term, self-sufficient energy solution, harnessing its own renewable resources. The stakes are high. Energy security is not just about keeping the lights on, but about fueling economic growth and ensuring national resilience for generations to come. The new U.S.-Philippines agreement is a step toward breaking this cycle of dependence, aiming to foster innovation and investment in sustainable energy. It's a bold move to chart a new course for the nation's energy future, one that could inspire hope and progress. For the Philippines, this moment could mark a true turning point toward a brighter, more secure, and self-reliant energy future. The July 2025 U.S.-Philippines agreement is a comprehensive partnership, not just a trade deal. At its core, a surge of U.S. investment and expertise focused on clean energy, especially nuclear and solar. Small modular reactors, SMRs, will bring stable, carbon-free power even to remote islands, while large-scale solar farms harness the country's abundant sunshine. The deal also strengthens military cooperation, reinforcing the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement and increasing U.S. military financing. Tariffs on U.S. energy technology are eliminated, making it cheaper to import advanced equipment. In exchange, a new tariff on Philippine exports to the U.S. poses challenges, but the government believes the long-term benefits outweigh the costs. This agreement is designed to deliver energy security, economic growth, and regional stability. It's a bold step toward a more resilient Philippines. The agreement is already driving real investment, with U.S. companies like Bright Night Power building renewable energy projects on the ground. The Luzon Economic Corridor, backed by the U.S., Japan, and the Philippines, is set to become a hub for high-tech industries and clean energy. Upgraded infrastructure, ports, roads, logistics will connect new power plants to the national grid, ensuring energy reaches those who need it. Nuclear power is a game-changer. The U.S. can now export technology, aiming for 1,200 megawatts of SMR capacity by 2032. SMRs offer reliable, carbon-free power, ideal for an island nation. The deal also modernizes the aging grid, with USAID's Energy Secure Philippines program improving stability and cybersecurity. A smarter, more resilient grid means new energy can be delivered safely and efficiently nationwide. This investment lays the foundation for a sustainable, independent energy future. The South China Sea is a global trade artery, carrying over a third of the world's maritime commerce. Every year, trillions of dollars worth of goods, including oil, electronics, and food, pass through these waters, connecting Asia to the rest of the world. Beneath its surface lies a potential treasure trove of energy resources with vast reserves of oil and natural gas that could power economies for generations. For the Philippines, the South China Sea is both an economic lifeline, supporting millions of jobs in fishing, shipping, and trade, and a source of national identity, deeply woven into the country's history and culture. But China's sweeping claims and rapid militarization have created a high-risk environment, heightening tensions and uncertainty in the region. These actions have blocked Philippine access to its own resources, threatening livelihoods and national interests. Filipino attempts to explore for oil and gas are routinely met with intimidation and interference, making development risky and uncertain. As a result, the Philippines is forced to rely on expensive energy imports, straining its economy and limiting growth. The U.S.-Philippines energy deal is a direct response to these challenges, aiming to boost local energy production and reduce vulnerability. By investing in energy security on land, the partnership helps the Philippines build a more resilient and self-sufficient future. At the same time, the U.S. supports the Philippines in resisting coercion at sea, strengthening maritime defense and cooperation. The strengthened alliance signals a commitment to regional stability, upholding international law, and ensuring freedom of navigation for all. A more energy-independent Philippines is less vulnerable to external pressure, and better able to chart its own course. This agreement is about more than power plants. It's about sovereignty, security, and the right to determine the nation's future. The stakes in the South China Sea make this partnership vital, not just for the Philippines, but for the stability and prosperity of the entire Indo-Pacific region. China's influence over the Philippines' energy sector isn't limited to the sea, it extends into the power grid itself. The National Grid Corporation of the Philippines is 40% owned by China's state grid, raising serious security concerns. In a crisis, this foreign state could be used to disrupt power and exert political pressure. The new U.S.-Philippines agreement tackles this vulnerability head-on. U.S. funding and expertise are modernizing the grid and boosting cybersecurity, reducing the risk of outside interference. Training Filipino engineers and upgrading technology puts control back in local hands. Developing domestic energy sources like nuclear and solar further weakens China's leverage. True energy independence means greater strategic autonomy for the Philippines. This is about ensuring the nation's future is decided in Manila, not by foreign powers. The energy agreement is inseparable from military and security cooperation. It reaffirms the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty and expands the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, giving U.S. forces access to more bases in strategic locations. This increased presence deters aggression and stabilizes the region. U.S. military financing, now at $500 million, helps modernize the Philippine armed forces with new ships, aircraft, and defense systems. A stronger military means the Philippines can better defend its territory and maritime rights. The integrated approach, energy investment plus security guarantees, addresses vulnerabilities on multiple fronts. As the U.S. helps build power plants and modernize the grid, it also ensures the stability needed for these investments to succeed. This virtuous cycle strengthens both the economy and national defense. The goal, a resilient, prosperous, and secure Philippines ready to stand up for its interests. This is a holistic strategy for a complex world. The power grid is the backbone of the Philippines' economy, but it's outdated and vulnerable. The US-Philippines deal prioritizes a two-pronged upgrade: physical modernization and cybersecurity. Replacing old lines, building smart grids, and integrating renewables will make energy delivery more efficient and reliable. Smart grids allow real-time monitoring, reduce waste, and help prevent blackouts. Cybersecurity is equally critical, especially with Chinese ownership in the grid. US support through programs like Energy Secure Philippines strengthens digital defenses and trains local experts. Protecting the grid means protecting the nation's future. A modern, secure grid supports new industries, digitalization, and reliable power for all Filipinos. This investment builds resilience and equity, reaching even the most remote communities. The upgraded grid is the foundation for a stronger, more secure Philippines. The July 2025 US-Philippines agreement is a turning point for both nations and the Indo-Pacific. For the Philippines, it offers a path out of the energy crisis: lower costs, fewer blackouts, and less dependence on imports. For the US, it's a model of partnership and a strategic win in a vital region. The deal strengthens the Philippines' ability to defend its rights and resist intimidation in the South China Sea. A robust US military presence deters aggression and upholds international law. This agreement is about more than energy or security. It's about choosing partnership over coercion. Together, the US and the Philippines are building a future based on cooperation, resilience, and shared prosperity. It's a bold step toward a brighter, more stable Indo-Pacific.